welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time on this channel, I want to say a very big welcome to the Global Asset channel family. By way of disclaimer, I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm not an agent, so I don't do any agency stuff for people. And I am not a registered immigration officer. So everything I say here is just from my own research, and what I do, I am doing for humanity. So having this in your mind, every information that you hear from this my channel, you have every right, to go search out your facts and your figures, set them right before you can embark on them. So yeah, that's a little bit about my disclaimer. And if you need to know about me, I'm a registered nurse here in Canada, and I've been practicing for a few years now. I think that I should just do this, as my way of giving back to people for the mistakes I made. I didn't get a lot of information as a new immigrant, so I had to pay some sacrifices for it. When you don't know, you don't know, but when you know, then you are able to figure out things the way it should be. So my last video, I talked about a lot of changes with regard to immigration laws, and a lot of not really nice changes, not good changes. They were the most pleasant one, but still we need to know, because if we don't know, then we're going to dive into the wrong decision, and getting out of these wrong decisions sometimes can be very hurting, and sometimes they leave a mark that will never heal. Excuse me. So, with that being said, we're going to be asking this question and answering it in this video. With all these rigorous changes, with all these tightness of the immigration laws, with all these do's and don'ts, and everything that is erupting from these Canadian immigration rules, is it still worth coming to Canada to study? Why should I still come to Canada to study with all these things I am hearing? What is my reason? What do I stand to gain if I come to study in Canada? Why should I put myself through all this stress? First, I have to look for school. Second, I have to fill the form. Thirdly, I have to wait for provincial attestation letter. Then I have to apply for visa. I have to wait, and sometimes I might be refused, other times I might not be. Like, why do I really need to put myself through all this stress? Is it worth it? Now, before I answer this question, the first thing you want to ask, and I want you to answer this question for me and put it on the comment section. Why do you want to leave your country of originality? There's always a reason. Why do you want to leave your country of originality? For me, I left Nigeria, my country of originality, because I saw a lot of things that I didn't like were happening. And as at that time when I left, I just thought things were not going to get better. I thought things were not going to get better. You can't speak the truth. So many professional misconduct, Nursing and Midwifery Council were not there to speak up for you. You have union, and unions do nothing. Like, so many things were wrong. So many things were wrong. And I thought if I stay in that country, they're going to kill me. Because my mouth, I don't know. Jesus. So anyways, I thought of all those things, and I asked myself, do I want to raise my kids in this country? When I say raise my kid in this country, it's not the cultural way. I would love to raise my kids culturally, based on the Nigerian culture, very rich and respectful culture. I was just thinking of the hardship that was coming ahead. So I was able to answer that question by myself. And I told myself, no, I don't want to bring my children into this economy. And that was one of the things that propelled me to leave. Before I left Nigeria, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't poor. I wasn't living like, at least I was already a professional. I had a roof over my head. Like every basic need according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I had them. I'm not saying this with pride. I'm just trying to bring you back to why do you want to leave your country? My reason is what I've just told you. I didn't want to bring my children into that economic hardship that I saw coming to Nigeria at my tender age. Excuse me. So I decided to leave. Was it easy? No. Because then I didn't even know how to go on YouTube. I was only managing to navigate my way through Facebook. Back home, the knowledge of computer is very minute, right? So I didn't get the information that I have now, and that's why I have decided to put it upon myself to share. So I went, and it wasn't easy because then people just told me, are you a nurse and you are in Nigeria? Come to the UK, they are looking for nurses. But nobody told me that when I get to the UK, I can't practice as a nurse. And I didn't know in my small knowledge. Nobody told me that I have to be registered as a nurse in the UK before I can start registering, before I can start working as a nurse. So look at me going to the UK to work as a nurse, going to the UK to work as a nurse. And I got there. Wallahi. My first shock was that, I applied for work. Nobody was calling me. I was applying as a nurse, so hey, you don't see anything. I was applying as a nurse, RON position without license in the UK. And I'm sure they will just laugh. And nobody called me until I now realized that, I needed to do IELTS, I needed to do this, I needed to do that. And then the stress started. I could have done those things gently from Nigeria, like gently from Nigeria before I ever relocated. Because it would have been easier for me. Anyways, let me not bore you with the story of my life. I just started as a care assistant. But so, and the journey wasn't easy. But here I am today. When I saw that things weren't as planned out in the UK, I decided to look for a country that will, celebrate me. There's difference between going to a place where you are welcome and a place where you are celebrated. You have to choose a place where you are celebrated than a place where you are just welcome. I was welcomed in the UK, but I wasn't that celebrated. So I decided to look for a country where I will be celebrated. And yes, I applied for permanent residence from the UK to Canada through information again. And I got the permanent residence straight from the UK into Canada. And I've been here for over 8 years now. About 8 years now. And did I regret? Not really. So once you're able to answer that your question, why do I want to leave? Then you should be able to answer the second question. Now I can leave. It is worth living. Or no, I have to stay in my own country. It's not worth it. For me, if you ask me my recommendation, yes, coming to Canada to study as a student is still very much worth the coming. It is worth it. Reason one is that you know when you start your studies and you know when you graduate. I don't know where you are watching from. This is very synonymous to most African countries. They know when you get into school, but you don't know when you are graduating. Yes. You know when you get into school, you don't know when you are graduating because of strike and uncertainties. So, but if you come to study in Canada, I'm starting this in fall and I will graduate in summer. I'm starting in January and I will graduate by November. And that is the way it is. Like it's just like boom, boom, boom. So that's one advantage because you are not being in school, you are not going to be in school like forever. Then the second advantage is that things are working here. There's no epileptic NEPA failure. So long as you can pay your bills, you can pay for your electricity, it works. In fact, if it doesn't work, if they are going to do any work on your electricity, they will notify you. You get good water. The air sometimes cannot be so good in Saskatchewan, that is just occasionally. That's not so bad. You can be in your room when those bad smoke comes out, right? You get good road. At least what your tax is, what you are paying, your tax that you are paying, you are seeing what it is doing for you. You get good road. You can say, oh, okay, I'm going to start work by 7. I should leave my house by 6:30 and I'll be there in 15 minutes. No traffic. Well, I haven't said that I live in rural area. I'm not a big city farm. If you live in a place like Toronto, you have to put long time, whether the road is good or bad, or whether the road is good or not, you still have that traffic jam. So good luck to all my Torontonians. I've been always so they call on Torontonians. I don't know. So, anyways, back to reasons. You come here to study. If you have kids that are still in elementary or college, you are studying and paying, and your kids are studying for free. So it's like buy one, you get one free. Plus, if you are a very strong person that can multitask, you can be studying and schooling. At least you can work 20, you can be studying and working, sorry, you can be studying and working at least 20 hours in a week as a student during your school time. You're only allowed to work for 20 minutes, 20 hours. So you can be studying and working, and that will be offsetting some bills. And your spouse can also be doing full-time job. That is if you are studying masters, any course within any course that's from 16 months. So your spouse can actually be working and supporting you, working, yes, working and making money for you, and you are making those 20 hours. And if you have a child that is 16 years and above, that child can also be working and schooling. Oh, yeah, why would you say it's not worth it? Or why should I say it is not worth it? It is worth the money. If you have what it takes financially to come to Canada, please do. Do so that Agbado will have that country to chop by himself. Do and leave a future and a hope for your children. Do so that your children will have better life and a second place to call home. If Nigeria better, all of us will go back. Yes, you still have good reasons. You have good reasons. You have a voice here. It's not in Nigeria where when you told they come by you for saying the truth. Nobody does that here. So yes, the stress is there, the changes are there, but honestly, I will highly recommend it for you, especially if you have kids. So I didn't come here for myself. I was okay in Nigeria. I love my country. If you say pin out, not for my children, I will pin back to Nigeria. That's the insecurity, the callousness of our leaders, the animosity of those people. Was one of the reasons I left. So if you have a thought of coming to Canada, don't be moved by the changes that are flying everywhere. The kids that are yet to be born, some of them will come to Canada to study. things are not going to probably get better because everybody is complaining here too. But let me tell you, don't give up on your dream of wanting to make Canada a better place, second home for your children. It's a good place to be in. Canada is a good place. Get your things together. Save your money. Get your finances together. Don't be fraudulent. Oh. Don't do anything fraudulent. Do things straight. Open your hands when you are doing anything immigration. The reason is that by the time they trace back and find anything illegal, doesn't matter your status, they will rip you of it. So because of this, do the things right. Gather your documents. Encourage yourself for the sake of your children. And get those stuff and come to Canada. Well, my beautiful global assets people, if you've watched this video up till this time, that means it made sense to you. And if it made so much sense to you, don't be a selfish person. Share this video, like, comment, and let it go viral. Let's go viral. Let people know that it's still good. Forget the fact that people are saying that abroad life is difficult. Abroad, it's difficult. People that are here, do they have 10 heads? Are they not surviving? We are surviving. And if we can survive it, you too, you can survive it. It's just to do things within your means. Do things within your means and say, sew your coat according to your materials now, not be size, because your size will too big past your material. So share this video, like, comment, let it go viral. That's the only way you can support me. Let YouTube recommend my video to others. So when you like, when you comment, when you share, what you are helping me do is helping me promote my video. And YouTube will have the awareness that people actually my video is making impact, and then they are going to recommend my video to other people who are in search of such things as this. That's all I'm asking for you to do. I'm not asking for millions like those agents that does nothing for you. I'm not asking for trillions. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking, help me spread this news. Knowledge is power. Global Access is the beacon of empowerment. Let's empower ourselves. And with this, I say goodbye and see you in my next video. Bye. I got you.